Welcome to Echo 305, Study Session 3, Estimating Benefits from a Project. Introduction. Since there are two sides to a coin, you will explore ways and methods involved in estimating benefits that are likely to accrue from undertaking a project in these study sessions. Learning outcomes. When you have studied this session, you should be able to 1. Discuss the dimensions of qualifying project benefits. 2. Estimate future project benefits. Project benefits. Problems are usually encountered when generating reliable estimates of the benefits from a project. These often emanate from lack of adequate information. This is so because of the fact that the reliability of such benefit estimates are concerned with the future, which are exposed to changes in price that may be expected or unforeseen. Types of project benefits. Expected benefits can be classified in different ways, but the most relevant one is that which is based on measurability of a project benefit. The schema below depicts different types of benefits using these types of benefits and 2 dimensions of qualification. Schema for estimating benefits. Types of benefits, economic, and under economic we have marketable and quantifiable. Under non-economic we have non-marketable and non-quantifiable. From the above schema, the benefit types that can easily be evaluated are those that are economic, marketable, and quantifiable, while those that are not easily valuable are those that are not economical, non-marketable, and non-quantifiable. The benefits that can be obtained from any project vary from one individual viewpoint to that of a society's viewpoint. For example, road construction, construction of health centers, promotion of immunization programs, etc. Procedure for estimating future benefit. In estimating project benefit, first of all, the benefit elements must be considered. To assess the size and magnitude of these benefit elements, data on estimated future activities must also be calculated. Forecasting technique may be employed if data exists on the past and present activities. If not, a survey method of assessing present future may be necessary. Estimating project benefit with data availability. There are various techniques that can be employed for estimating project benefits. They are as follows. Forecasting. This is another aspect of project evaluation that requires the skills of trial, an economist, a statistician, and an econometrician. The reliability of this method is not always guaranteed. For example, past sales trend may not necessarily continue in the future, even when past economic situations are expected to continue. Variables affecting the demand for a particular firm are mostly non-quantifiable. Thus, predicting demand for such a firm may be much more difficult than predicting the total demand for the industry. It is easier to forecast the total demand for computer sets in Nigeria than to forecast the demand for a particular brand, e.g. Toshiba or HP. The best way of forecasting the expected demand for any product is to relate this demand to those of other products in the economy. Projection and extrapolation method. For estimating future demand, the most common method is that of projection or extrapolation. For this to be done effectively, data on past demand is all that is required. With the data, one obtains a trend showing the behavior of market demand in the past, and the result is used to predict what the market demand will be at some point in the future. Different results can be obtained with these different methods. The differences may stem from two major sources, namely the manner in which market behavior in the past is depicted and the assumptions made in projecting behavior into the future. Econometrics approach. This is another important approach of estimating future demand. It is an approach which consists of a blend of economics, statistics, and mathematics. While the economics provide the relationship between or among the economic variables, that is, both dependent and independent variables, statistics is used to predict the behavior of the independent variables by fitting a statistical trend to past data. Mathematics assists in writing of the model. Econometrics therefore explain past economic activities and predict future economic activity by deriving mathematical equations that will express the most probable interrelationship between a set of economic variables. Four major steps are taken in using this approach. They are as follows. A. Identifying all the determining variables. B. Construct a model or establish the relationship between the determining variable and the independent variable. C. Estimate the future value of the independent variables. And D. Predict future demand. Each of these steps in this method is prone to error. The fundamental types of error worth noting are three. 1. Model error. 2. Data error. 3. Statistical error. 1. Model error. This is a type of error which results from the exclusion of salient determining variables and or an inaccurate postulate of the relationship. Data error. This error arises from making a wrong assumption about the behavior of the independent variables. 3. Statistical error. This error arises when two variables are shown to affect another variable, but the effect of each cannot be easily isolated. Qualitative technique. This is a technique which uses qualitative information such as intuitive feelings or expert opinion on expected market to quantitative estimate. It is more of guesswork and imagination than scientific inquiry. Thus, the reliance on the imagination of an individual reduces the reliability of the expected demand. To improve reliability, a panel is at times used. The reason behind this is to obtain a better forecast from a team of experts than from an individual. This panel can be made up of identical or different backgrounds, e.g., marketing personnel within and or outside the company, heads of various ministries or divisions within a ministry. Survey method. This is a technique of estimating future demand in which the required data are collected directly from the source. The success of this method lies in the way and manner with which questions are framed. If such questions appear too technical, correct answers may not be obtained, hence leads to erroneous outcomes. To determine what information the survey should cover, a number of steps should be taken, namely, identify the benefit element of the project, identify the determining variables, and postulate relationship between the element and the variable, as well as the behavior of the relationship over time. There are three survey methods from which one could select. 1. Mail. 2. Personal interview. And 3. Interview. Summary. In this study session, various types of project benefits were discussed. Also, you are exposed to the various factors that influence the estimation of future projects. There are various techniques that can be employed for estimating project benefits. These are as follows. 1. Forecasting. 2. Project extrapolation method. 3. Econometrics approach. There are 3 survey methods from which one could select. 1. Mail. 2. Personal interview. And then 3. Interview. The most important factors to consider when selecting are A. Feasibility, B. Cost, C. Reliability, and D. Degree of representativeness of responses.